I'm back again with another episode of Catfish. Before I even start the video, guys, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. Okay, guys, we have another crazy ass episode of Catfish. Okay, let's just get right into it. Okay. Neve got a letter this time. Yes, guys. Neve got a letter instead of an email. Well, Neve and Cammy were told to go to casting, and they see that it was an actual letter. Most, people email Neve, but this time they got a letter. Okay. So, the letter's from a young lady named Dominique. She's concerned about her friend Danielle, who has been talking to this guy named BJ for 6 years. Yes, guys, 6 years. And has never even met the person. Okay, BJ lives in South Carolina. And Danielle is from Buffalo, New York, but she moved to Atlanta. So, she said she's been texting and talking BJ for all these years, but they've never met. Okay. So, they talked to Danielle, and she said yes. She's been talking and texting to BJ. She tried to meet up with him a few times. He made up excuses. She wanted to video chat. He said his camera wasn't working. That's a red flag, guys. If somebody doesn't want to video chat, they're normally not who they say they are. Okay? But, she finally, she wants to know who she's talking to. Okay. So, they flew Danielle out to, where they are in LA. And she said, yes, they said, okay, let's just start from the beginning. How did you meet this BJ, person? She's like, okay, she was on Instagram, guys. And he, I guess, slid into, her DMs. And they were, messaging on Instagram. And then they exchanged numbers and they were talking and texting. She has been speaking to him, guys. It's not like the other episodes where the person is just texting and they've never even heard the person's voice. She has actually been speaking to this BJ person. And then, but she was, talking to other people. And then they kind of, lost touch. And then he messaged her again on Instagram with his new number. They started, talking again. And then Danielle was at a party and she ended up getting shot 3 times. I think she said in the neck, in the stomach, and I think in the chest. And it was a few inches from her heart and a few inches from an artery, I think in her neck, if I'm not mistaken. And she's like, BJ has been there for her. When nobody else was there for her, he was always there for her to call and talk. She's like, whether it's 4 a.m. or 4 p.m., he would always be there to talk, So, they have this connection, because, when you're in a situation like that, you really want to talk to somebody, and he was that person that she could talk to. So, they're building this connection. And then she's like, well, we could meet up. And he's like, yeah. So she flew to South Carolina. And when she got there, he stopped answering the phone. She was texting this person and he wasn't responding. So, basically she wasted her money. And she wasted the money for the airfare and the hotel. And we all know flights are not cheap, guys, unless you get a, special or whatever. But, and hotels are not, cheap either. So she wasted her money. So, and his excuse was he had to work. Because he said that he owns, a security company. And, so then she was going back home to, no, she was in Buffalo visiting family, I think. And she was gonna fly back to Atlanta. And then he said, okay, I'll be in Atlanta. She flew out again. No, sorry. She was flying back to Atlanta where she lives. And he said he was going to be there. So, again, they arranged to meet up. He never showed up. Same excuse. He was called into work. It's getting to be ridiculous. You've been talking to this person for 6 years, a total of 6 years, but you are just playing games, bullshit, and don't want to meet up. Okay, so, you know, Neve goes and does the research. She said his name is Bilal Gibbs, but going by BJ. And she had, a few photos. Cute guy, cute African American guy. And they do an image search. Nothing came up. No. Yeah, they did an image search. Nothing came up. And then they went on the Instagram. And they saw somebody named Elijah Sean. It don't even matter. They saw somebody that commented on underneath his picture. And then they typed in his name, Bilal Gibbs. And a Facebook page came up. And Danielle was like, she didn't know of any other social media. So apparently this guy is a liar. Why are you hiding this Facebook page? Why are you just communicating to her through Instagram? That sounds very suspicious and very shady, okay guys? So the person named O'Shawn, whatever his name is, Neve had texted, and the guy responded back, and the guy is like, I don't know of any Danielle. And they're like, well, if we call out the number for BJ, can you just, confirm that's his number? Oh, no. I'm not going to give out his number. They're like, we're not asking you to give out his number. We're just saying, if you can confirm this is his number. Oh, no. I can't do that. My boss is calling me. I gotta go. I mean, he was just so evasive, so rude. Just answer yes or no. If this is the man's number, what is all this bull crap? To me, it just sounded suspicious. Why are you so defensive? It don't even matter. So then, they're on their way to the house where Daniel was staying. And they get a phone call. No, they got a text. And the person said, I know who Danielle is talking to. Call me. So can you call? They're like, hello? It's BJ. It was BJ that called. So they're like, okay, hi BJ. What is going on? What Daniel wants to meet you. It's been 6 years. What is going on? And he's like, well, we were talking, but the last 2 years we lost contact, and it's been my brother she has been speaking to for the last 2 years. And they're like, oh my goodness. Well, how old is your brother? He's 4 years old. I think maybe 34 or whatever. And he's like, the brother pretended to be him. And they're like, well, how the hell did your brother even get Daniel's number? Oh, we share accounts. We're on a family plan. Just some bullcrap craziness. The whole thing didn't even make any sense. And he's married. He has kids. And I wanted the reason why I contacted you because I wanted to get everything out in the open. I wanted to clear my name. So they're like, okay, whatever. So they bring all this information back to Danielle. And she's like, it doesn't make any sense that the last 2 years she's been really talking to his brother. And then the guy, BJ, he said he didn't even know that Danielle had gotten shot. Because it was for the last 2 years she's been talking to the brother named Devin. So, Danielle is clearly mad. I mean, you think you're talking to one person, but you're really talking to somebody else. I would be mad. Anybody would be mad. Guys, because the whole thing was just, basically fucked up. So, they had called O'Shawn phone, he didn't answer. Then they called BJ phone, he didn't answer. And then, they left, Neve had text both people. So then I think that same night, BJ called. And he's like, I want to, get everything out in the open. And then Neve was like, well, you can fly out to California, tomorrow, and we could clear all this craziness up. And he's like, okay, we will be there. So the next day, Neve and Cammy, go to the house, and well, they had text. Well, the man had text. BJ had text, and he said, "I've landed in LA. Where are you?" So then Cammy texts, the address to where Danielle is staying. So then, Danielle is nervous because she wants to see who she's really been talking to. So the person said, "Okay, I'll be there in a few minutes." So then they go outside, and the Uber car shows up, and BJ gets out. Yes, guys, the person was exactly who they said they were. Now, in my opinion, I think he looked better in the pictures. In person, he just looked kind of like dusty looking. I don't know. I don't know why it is. Some people, they look better in photos than in person, and then some people, photos don't do them justice. Like, they're even cuter in person. But in this case, he looked dusty. The hat looked old, and I don't know. He just looked dusty. Okay. And then Neva's like, well, where's your brother Devin? Oh, he couldn't make it. He couldn't make it. And what was the reason for all of this foolishness? And he's like, oh, my brother, he came clean to me, and and Danielle is clearly mad, and she's like, well, what was the reason for all of this foolishness? And then he kept saying his brother, and all this bullcrap. So then Danielle gets mad. She goes in the house. No, Danielle said, okay, if it's really your brother, call him. And, like, he hesitated. He's like, he couldn't call him. And that's when I knew something was fishy. Something wasn't right with this guy. So then Danielle goes in the house, and, Cammy's there talking to her. And she's like, this doesn't make any sense. If it's really your brother that was talking to me, why can't you call this person on the phone? Something is not right. She's not stupid. Danielle has figured out that he's a liar and just playing, a real messed up game. So then BJ tells Neve, I have something, to tell you, And then, at this point, Danielle and Cammy came out the house. And then BJ said, I lied. It wasn't my brother. It was me all along. So he just made up the brother part. It was really him that was talking to her for the whole 6 years. So then she said, well, what was the reason for that? Why did you lie? He's like, I know you like expensive things. You like nice things. And I couldn't provide that for you. It's like he made up like this facade that he was living like this extravagant lifestyle, but that's not the case. Yes, he does own his own security business, but he's not doing as good as he was telling Danielle. So, he's like, I had, as I said, he kind of like exaggerated, like how much, I guess, he exaggerated how well and how much money he had to like keep her around, because he figured that if she knew the truth, that he didn't that he didn't have it like that, she might like stop talking to him. And the whole, I think that excuse was just so stupid. She's been talking to you for 6 years, so why would she really care if you have it like that? Why would she really care about about your money and if you have this extravagant lifestyle? She's gotten attached to him. They built this friendship. So I don't think she would care if he had it like that, or not. So I think that excuse was just a very, very corny, sad excuse. And she's like, but you know me. We've been talking all these years. I wasn't just talking to you because of, what you have, your money and your lifestyle. But that's how he felt. So then BJ and Daniel went inside the house, and he's like, this is crazy, we finally meet. And then he's like, I'm single, I have no girlfriend, I would like to make this work. Everything has been the truth, and other than, him exaggerating his lifestyle. So then Danielle is like, well, it has been 6 years. You can't really um, forget, that time. She can't forget that time that they, you know, had, the time that they, invested. And she's like, yeah, for now we could be friends, but later on I could change my mind. So they did the 2 month update, and they're like, what's going on with you and BJ? She's like, oh, we talked a few times, and then he had said he was gonna come, fly out to Atlanta to hang out with her, and he never did. So BJ went back to his old bullcrap, ways, lying and just acting, just like, I guess, ghosting her again, you know. And that was just pretty much the episode. I thought this episode was just so stupid, guys. Okay, number one, BJ, you're a grown ass man. Okay, you should have been honest from the start. Okay, you never exaggerate what you have. Well, that don't even matter. It's the fact that he lied to them and said his brother was talking to her for 2 years. That was a lie. Okay? And then getting back to the point about him not having an extravagant lifestyle. She's been talking to you for 6 years. She's gotten to know you. You've been talking and texting. So why would she care if you have money or not? She wasn't with you for no money. She was with you because you were there for her when she got shot and nobody else was. You were a friend to her. Someone that she could talk to. She didn't care about no money. So I don't even know why he would bring up that he had to fake that he had this, extravagant lifestyle. That point did not make any sense. If I'm talking to somebody for 6 years and we build that friendship, I wouldn't care if you have, money or not. We have this friendship. We have this bond that we build. Money. Why would I care about money? I don't understand it. And he's an ass because he said he wanted to have a friendship with her, but then when it's time for him to fly out to Atlanta, he's like acting stupid again. He doesn't want to fly. I don't think he wants no relationship. And he could be a liar. He could probably have a wife and kids and just lying and saying he's single. We don't know. Guys, because why doesn't he want to fly out to see her in Atlanta? Now that they've met, he could fly out and hang out with her. What's the problem? What's the problem, BJ? Something's not right here with you. You might have a wife and girlfriend and just lying. And Danielle just said she's single. She's doing her as, she should. Don't even bother with BJ because BJ is a waste of time. He's one of those people that talks a good game, but they can't back that shit up. You claim you want to be friends with her, so why can't you fly out to Atlanta? Oh, maybe he has no money for a flight? I don't know, guys. But even if you have no money, he could take Greyhound. How much is Greyhound? $80? $90? Bitch, please. Anyway, BJ is a jackass, okay? He is not, he doesn't want no relationship. He just wants to maybe talk on the phone and be a weirdo. But that's it, guys. That was basically the episode of Catfish. Comment down below, guys. What do you think about this whole nonsense? Because I think it was just a bunch of nonsense. Okay, Danielle is a pretty girl. She kind of looks like the brat. And, she can do way better than BJ. You could find somebody that actually wants to meet up and hang out, not some idiot who's basically hiding behind the phone, the internet. But that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This is Random Girl TV. I'll be back next week with another episode of Catfish. Next week looks like it's gonna be real juicy. I can't wait for next week, guys. So catch you guys in the next video.